Imagine a silent force, an invisible pattern that shapes every choice of love, every professional decision, every spark of inspiration in your life. It is not your conscious mind. It is something much deeper, inherited from centuries of human experience. Today, you are going to discover the most fascinating, powerful, and often misunderstood part of the feminine psyche. You are going to meet the Animus. In the next few seconds, you will see revealed the Jungian archetype that acts as the bridge between your conscious self and the vast unconscious world. This is not just psychological theory. It is the map of a force that can be your greatest ally in personal fulfillment or your worst enemy in frustration and inner conflict. Prepare for a journey to the center of your own psyche. Carl Jung, the genius who explored the depths of the collective unconscious, discovered that within every woman resides an inner masculine counterpart, the Animus. It is not a literal man, not a romantic fantasy. It is an archetype, a primordial form, a psychic imprint formed by all experiences with the masculine throughout generations. It is the principle of logos, reason, thought, objectivity, directed action, the spirit of conquest. While the anima, in men, connects with emotion and relationship, the Animus connects with idea and meaning. But how does it manifest? Not with sword and armor, but in your inner voice. It is that voice which, in a moment of doubt, tells you, you can do this. It is the force that drives you to close a deal, to defend your point of view in a meeting, to pursue an academic degree. It is the spark of creativity that shapes a work of art, the rigor that structures a project, the pursuit of justice that makes you speak up. In its integrated and positive form, the Animus is your inner guide, your spiritual mentor, the bridge that allows you to give concrete form to your deepest intuitions. It is the wise father, the inspiring lover, the ethical warrior. However, this is where the shadow emerges. When a woman is disconnected from this aspect, when the Animus remains unconscious and unconfronted, it becomes autonomous. It turns into an internal dictator. Do you recognize that critical voice that is never satisfied? The one that whispers, "You are not good enough. Who do you think you are? That's nonsense. Better keep quiet." That is the negative Animus. It expresses itself in rigid, dogmatic opinions, in absolute judgments that begin with "one should." Everyone knows that. They are not one's own thoughts, but inherited ones, imposed with the force of an unbreakable law. It is the tendency to argue for the sake of arguing, to see the world only through the filter of cold logic, despising emotion and connection. Think of everyday examples. A woman with a wounded or invasive Animus may feel inexplicably attracted to men who personify that wound. Distant, critical, or authoritarian men, repeating a pattern in search of an integration that never arrives. Or, projected outward, she may become a relentless critic of the men in her life, seeing in them only flaws and failures. At work, it can manifest as fierce and ruthless competitiveness, not for achievement, but for destruction. The woman, in this case, is not being herself. She is being possessed by an unexamined inner masculine figure. Now comes the controversial element, the one that challenges conventional interpretation. Today, many well-intentioned discourses on female empowerment might unknowingly be feeding the negative Animus. How? By glorifying a superficially adopted masculinity, hyper-competitiveness, extreme emotional toughness, aggressive intellectual superiority. This is not integration. It is identification. The woman does not integrate her masculine principle. She identifies with it, and in the process, represses her feminine nature, the conscious ego, and its connection to the relational. She becomes a character, not a complete person. The true revolution is not to act like a man. The true revolution, according to Jung, is to make the Animus conscious, to dialogue with it, to tame its brute force, and turn it into a power in service of the integral self. Are we, in the search for equality, confusing imitation with integration? It is an uncomfortable but necessary debate. The path to integration is a heroic descent into the depths. It is not about eliminating the animus, but about recognizing it, listening to its messages, and finally, making it your own. It involves questioning those automatic opinions. Do I really think this, or is it something I just assumed? It requires venturing into the territories of logos by your own choice, to study, to create, to lead, but from an authentic center, not from possession. It is the journey of the princess who does not wait for a prince savior, but who confronts the inner dragon, the negative animus, to rescue her own guide, the positive animus. When this sacred inner marriage occurs, magic unfolds. The woman is no longer divided. Her thinking is clear, penetrating, but it is in service of her intuition and empathy. Her action is decisive, but compassionate. Her creativity has structure, and her reason has soul. She finds her authentic voice, a voice that is not an imitation of any other, but the unique synthesis of all aspects of her being. The animus ceases to be a tyrant or a distant idol and becomes an inner companion, a principle of order and meaning that connects her to the world of ideas and helps her materialize her essence into reality. This is the final revelation. Your relationship with the men in your life, with authority, with success, with your own rational mind, is a mirror of your relationship with this inner archetype. Healing that relationship is healing your entire life. It is the most valuable work you can do. But this journey does not end here. Depth psychology is an eternal dialogue. And now I want to hear from you. Do you recognize the voice of your animus? Do you feel it as an ally or a critic? Do you believe today's culture helps us integrate it or confuses us more? Your perspective is vital. Leave a comment with your experience. Debate respectfully. Every comment helps this important topic reach more people. If this journey into the depths of the psyche resonated with you, give this video a like so the algorithm can unite us with more meaning seekers. And most of all, subscribe to this channel. Because here, at Psychology and Curiosities, we don't just explore theories. We unearth the hidden keys to your inner universe. Hit subscribe and ring the bell. The next exploration could completely change the way you see your dreams, your fears, your own shadow. The journey has just begun.